Hey guys, in today's video, I'm gonna show you how to choose the right objective for Facebook ads campaign. Uh, if you're using conversions, and a lot of you probably do, you're thinking, should I choose the add to cart objective? Should I choose the purchase objective? But you're very confused in what each of them do, right? And if you go on one of those calls with a Facebook ad expert with a lot of air quotes there, you see those pop-ups in your account and you book a call with them and they tell you, hey, choose the top of the funnel event, which would be add to cart. And you spend a lot of money, get little to no results. It's because, hey, guess what? The Facebook ad expert is paid on a commission based on, they're paid for a commission from your monthly ad spend, which is crazy, right? So they do not really have your best interest at heart. The Facebook ad experts are actually salespeople in disguise. Very smart on Facebook side, but at the same time, kind of shady, right? So I don't like that. What I'm going to show you today, it will make a lot of sense. Hopefully, if not, you can leave a comment, book a call with me, and I'll be more than happy to further explain this to you. But again, this is a question that I got from a client and a friend of mine. She has this book funnel. She started a campaign. She was wondering, should she choose the add to cart objective or the purchase objective? And this video comes as a recommendation from her. She told me, hey, the voice message with your answer explained it real well to me. But if you would have a visual attached to it, it would make it even better. You could put that on YouTube. People will love it. So here it is. Okay, so a little background here. Back about a year ago, when iOS 14.5 rolled out and the Apple privacy changes and all of that, this forced Facebook to develop a smarter and better algorithm. I will not bore you with the details, but I can tell you this. The algorithm can give you exactly what you ask for. So if you ask for a specific group of people, they can give that to you, right? It's very smart. It's super, super smart. So keep that in mind for the following. Now, let's go back to the iPad here for a second. And this is how her funnel would look like. And a lot of you guys' funnels look like this. So you run Facebook ads to your landing page. So this is your landing page. And then you have a cart page, or if you're using ClickFunnels, you may use a two-step order form, which acts kind of like an add to cart. So this is a cart page. This is where the add to cart event would trigger. And then you have a thank you page. Okay. And this is where the purchase event would trigger. So you have all of these pages and you're running Facebook ads. And the question is, should you optimize for this event or should you optimize for this event? And now it's gonna make what I said about the algorithm is gonna make a lot of sense. What's happening here is if you're optimizing by this add to cart event, which is a top of the funnel event, right? So the first event you would get here is obviously a landing page view, which occurs here. Then you would get an add to cart, which occurs at the add to cart event, and then you get a purchase event. What happens if you optimize for add to cart is you're basically going out and telling Facebook, hey Facebook, I want this group of people, which are the add to cart people. So there are people who usually add stuff to their cart. I don't care, or I do not know if they actually purchase the thing, but I know something about those guys. It's they always add stuff to their cart. Okay? And then you have this separate group of people, right? Which are the purchasers. I mean, let's make this a little bit smaller because it's usually a smaller portion of this. And actually, let me draw it like this. So these are the purchase people. Okay. So here are the people who purchase. Obviously, from the big pie, which is the add to cart, some of them actually purchase from you. So if you tell Facebook, hey Facebook, let's optimize for, let me change the color of my pen. So let's optimize for add to cart. Facebook will show your ads, okay, to everyone in this pool right here. So to anyone, no matter if they're the add to cart people or the purchase people. So in a way, you're wasting money, because we all know that not everyone who adds something to their cart will eventually buy it. Can you send them an email sequence reminding them of that? Definitely, you can do that. Can you try and call them or something, or follow up with them? You can definitely do that. But again, not all of them would buy. Just this small piece of the pie here will actually buy. So if you say, hey Facebook, I want to optimize for the purchase event, right? Then Facebook will go after this small portion here. So what happens? Like, now that I've explained this, you would say, well, it's obviously I just want to optimize for purchase event. I'll get super low costs. It's not what's gonna happen. Like, you're definitely gonna have a higher cost per purchase, and not per purchase, but per event, because this is like cost per event, right? Be that add to cart or a purchase event. So there are more people in this pie right here, right? With the add to cart people, they include the purchase group, but there are more people. So your cost per event will decrease. Let's say your cost per event can be $10 for an add to cart. But then for a purchase, which is a smaller group, a more targeted group, right? Okay, let's say the cost per event is $30. Just throwing out numbers. I'm not saying that's gonna be the cost, or I'm not saying it's gonna triple it. I'm just throwing out numbers here. And someone who's inexperienced might say, well, it's a higher cost. The add to cart is definitely yielding a lower cost, so I'm going to stick with the add to cart. Well, do that, but bear in mind you will have a lot of these people who will probably never buy from you coming onto your landing page. And Facebook got really good at serving you exactly what you asked for. So if you optimize for the add to cart event, Facebook will go after the people who usually trigger that event, who usually add stuff to their cart. Does that mean that they will also purchase? Maybe, because obviously who adds stuff to their cart, some of them, a small portion of them, like let's say 20% of them, will end up buying from you. So the buyers will also trigger the ATC event, right? But if you say, hey Facebook, I want to go after the people who purchase stuff, Facebook will say, okay, so we don't really care about the entire pool of people who had stuff to their cart. We want the ones to purchase, right? So Facebook will then obviously narrow down the pool of people, give you a greater cost per event, but will give you more purchasers, right? Now, to wrap this up, does this work all of the time? Maybe. You have to test it. But in our experience with running Facebook ads for us and for our clients, it works in 90% of the time. The rest of the 10%, you don't even have to worry about it. It's usually more complex stuff that you want to test different events for, especially for e-commerce. You want to test the ATC there, to test the landing page, to optimize for it. Because I can give you an example here, like as a side note. So why would someone want, as I said, like in the 10% case that you would want to run for an ATC, right? As I described above, you have the landing page, you then have the cart page, and then you have the thank you page. This is the purchase event. This is the add to cart event. You have a conversion rate here, and you have the conversion rate here, right? And let's say you set a goal that you want the add to cart event to have a conversion rate of 20%. So 20% of the people who come from your landing page, you want them to add the product to your cart. And then let's say that from those people, from that 20%, you want 50% of those people to actually buy from you. I'm not saying this is realistic or not, just giving out numbers here, so I can drive this home. Okay, so if you optimize for the add to cart event here, it would make sense to do that for a short period of time until you reach this 20% conversion rate that you set up for yourself. Because if you run a purchase event here, right, and you get probably, I don't know, let's say you get 10% add to cart rate, you're not pleased with it, so you want to go back a step, run add to cart ads, fix your conversion rate on the landing page or on the cart page, and then go, once you have that out of the way, you can go to this purchase event, optimize for purchases, and then fix this conversion rate. I mean, again, I'm not talking about how realistic it is, what I just draw, the numbers, how realistic the numbers are. I'm just saying that this is the 10% where you want to split the ads, but in most cases, and most people just go after the purchase event, and that's it, because it's easier to maintain. And as a side note here, even though you're optimizing for purchase, you can still optimize this right here, the add to cart conversion rate. I mean, you can still do that. It's just that it's going to take a bit more, and the process is going to cost you a bit more, because again, the cost per event is much higher when you go on purchase rather when you go to ATC. So the 10% cases that I was talking about, it's very niche cases where the add to cart conversion is what we do is when we optimize for an add to cart is usually when we onboard a client who previously ran ads. The agency who managed their ads previously did a poor job, so we have to fix whatever they messed up, right? So then we run some ATC ads, we try to see why it didn't work out for them, what can we fix, we improve that, and then we go for the purchase event. But if we were to start over with a new client, like just fresh, brand new, we would just go for the purchase event and optimize on the fly. Yeah, so I really hope this video helped you out. If you have any questions, as I said, you can book a free call with me. You can find the link below, or you can leave a comment here on this video and I'll try to address it either in the comment section or if it's a more complex answer in a separate video. Thank you, and I'll see you in the next video.